Ka Nirmala Sitharaman, Menteri Sorkar India, but Ikmi Internet Finance but Corporate Affairs, Habakran Kachingilang Play project, ki digital library, but Samsung Pisa Shikibayok Mentoy, Harway Trek Naitung Ajausan, Hilarity International Center for Performing Arts and Culture, New Shillong, Kalaong Sorkar India, can I a scheme for special assistance to states for capital investment, SASCI, Shakajalla Meghalaya, Kumkachingkarshan, Banwandra Ekaroi Gapar. Lyngba kanika scheme, Sorkar India, can I kiram San Snem, Kiba Omdang Kam and Siusut, Shakajalla Meghalaya, Banalor Kanye, Kasitaraman Kalapanbana Katukanik project a Meghalaya, Lyngba SASCI. Napring ki project ki bahe kasitaraman kelapun bana bayi kapung omyam lamang tengka khandai phandai klur hagaban penbiang penbet eka wat kumcu lamang khandai phandai klur ban snai jingtai ki ban penlong ki jingilang ki bahe hamau khanu.
I want to highlight, you saw it being showcased there in the on the screen, as to what are those institutions which have been brought to the Northeast. Of course, it takes a lot of effort from the state government also, and your Chief Minister has been repeatedly taking up these very important messages, and therefore you see in the ground institutions coming. So what are those institutions today? Foundation stone has been laid for redevelopment of the Umiam Lake, and this is, we repeat very often, SASCI funded. It is a state assistance, which are special assistance, which are being given for capital expenditure for the states. It means that you get the money for 50 years without having to pay any interest on them. And after 50 years, as was explained by the Chief Minister, what you get today and what the value of that money would be after 50 years is a different story. And whether at that 50th year, the government of that day would say, all right, it was given, it's taken as a grant, you keep it, we don't know. But we are not going to ask you to repay that, nor ask you to give any interest on that. Take these monies and build capital assets. Now, this started post-COVID, when Prime Minister Modi said, we should help states to revive after COVID. So the economy recovery is dependent on states' recovery as well. So no good if central government spends money on capital expenditure, but some of that should go to the states. And that is why from 2020-21, we are giving capital assistance to the states so that they can, some portion of it comes without any condition, some portion comes with nudging the state to undertake reforms so that you're getting your records digitized, your land assets are all digitized and documents given to people, meters are provided, so that electricity benefits and reaches the right kind of beneficiary, and so on. So this SASCI, as a capital amount going to the states, is not a part of the Finance Commission's recommendation. I'd like to keep this on record before eminent citizens here. Central government will have to honor every core recommendation given by the Finance Commission. You have to devolve this much amount to the states every month. On the 10th, on the 20th, you have to do this. You have to give this much for disaster relief. You have to send this much for the municipalities and the elected bodies, and so on. That is anyway followed to the last word. But beyond that, Prime Minister Modi has been a chief minister in a state, and he knows what is the difficulty for states. And that is why since after COVID, he said, never mind, you're doing everything what the Finance Commission has recommended to you, but I want you to help the states so that they can build capital assets and revive, because when you build capital assets, local employment increases possibilities, and also the core sectors benefit. You'll buy more cement, buy more steel to do the project. As a result, those industries and people working on them will benefit. The spillover effect, what we call as multiplier effect, will be lots more than giving money in the hands of the people. You get employment generation, the whole economy reels around these kind of activities, and therefore the revival will be holistic. And that is actually showing results. And I will put on record my appreciation for Meghalaya's efforts in making sure it is fully utilized. SASCI is given on a kind of a formula which is the formula is given in general for tax devolution by the Finance Commission, but we use the same formula as to how much should go to which state and so on. Some states, for whatever reason, I'm not blaming them, are not able to utilize it in full every year. But here we have Meghalaya using its quota full and saying, if you have some more spare money, give it to me. I have reasons to spend. And every year there is this request coming, give me more. Having fully utilized what is already given to them, they ask me, and there are times I'm holding back, saying there can be other states saying, what's happening with central government in Meghalaya? You seem to be giving more to them. So, if the state government puts its heart and soul together, you get a lot more benefit because there is an avenue legitimately to utilize what is there for the states to utilize. You need an efficient administration. You need an efficient delivering on the ground of projects, and that's why this morning I was shown all the SASCI projects from far and on record. You're seeing it now. So I'll just list it out before you. A project or a scheme which started after 2021 till today has seen in Meghalaya this many projects coming as a result. So you have the Umiam Lake redevelopment at 99.99 crores. You have a MICE infrastructure, that is for large conferences, meetings. When people come to Shillong, you can invite huge big, corporations to come and say, you want to have your annual general body meeting, come and hold it in Shillong. They would say, we wouldn't mind coming, but where is the infrastructure? Now you have the MICE, which is going to be built, large conference halls, meeting places, catering to their needs, will attract a lot more such agencies, and even G20-like meetings can be held here. So you're having MICE infrastructure, which is coming up, completely funded by SASCI, and at a project cost of 99.99 crores. That is Mau Khanu. I think the foundation stone laying has happened. Again, a football stadium proposed to be funded again by SASCI, and that is at 732 crores. Working women's hostel in Shillong, which is going to again help a lot of women who come to work in the city to have a hostel for them. 75 digital libraries, which has also got inaugurated today, already constructed out of 750 digital libraries which have been sanctioned. And you have the residential, office cum residential. This is not SASCI, but this is something again where central government's institutions, like the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. Now I'm also talking about having the foundation laid for CBIC, Central Board for Indirect Taxation and Customs, which also takes care of GST, having its office come residential complex, a major large establishment coming in New Shillong. That's a project completely funded by the central government at 256.23 crores. Then I mentioned about the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, first of its or one and only, let's say, IICA outside of Delhi being established in Shillong. That's about 100 crores. Then distribution you saw of beneficiaries of NPS Vatsalya, Swanidhi, Mudra, and so on. And SIDBI gave term loan of 21 lakhs and grant support of CSR initiatives for 16.9 lakhs today.
Habatin, page bahagi kishap, kashap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki batay kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau kau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pet ya kashap plus F hakajing som. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la icon diat bat ka bathau bha kam kta ka dur jingki marbam ka jing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki balehi banai kita kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan ka kot ka kia ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marbam madon ka sharp plus F menta ka sni
Lawan Ra Shafi Lyngba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya